I'm just a little guy.
We're just little guys.
Yeah. Draw a 6 with your finger. You can't do it anymore.
Oh, whoa! You have random cousins hit you up?
I have random people hit me up saying that they're my second, third, fourth cousin.
And that's how you know you made it.
Did you do it? Because I told you to do it. And every single second of every single day you've been telling me you're gonna do it. I did it with my third eye. He didn't do it.
Congratulations, season 2 already.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to go back though to not necessarily season 1, but kind of like that in between season 1 and season 2 period that you guys were in.
Yeah.
Talk to me just about kind of the whirlwind aftermath of winning awards, getting nominations for the show, and just being able to celebrate not only together but also with the South Asian community.
I mean, I don't think any of us expected us to get like this far.
That's true.
With this show, you know, like usually there's always this excitement. Oh, someone made this new pilot, you know, and everybody's gunning for roles, and then that's as far as it gets. Deli Boys was special. You know, we felt it when we read the pilot, and we felt it on set, and then you know the strike happened right after the pilot too. So we felt like we were on the chopping block, you know, and I mean we made it. We made it through the strike, which was insane.
We made it.
Yeah, did we? We made it. Yeah. And then you know, shooting season 1, like we felt that this was something.
It was
we
so
were
fun.
sitting on gold right here.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just a bonus. Everything else is just a bonus. All the, you know, the awards, even getting invited to places that we've never been invited to before, being nominated for things.
You have random cousins hit you up?
I have random people hit me up saying that they're my second, third, fourth cousin.
And that's how you know you made it.
You know? Or I see stuff online.
Who needs 23andMe when you have Deli Boys?
I see stuff online where I'm like, you know, this guy is my mom's best friend's son, and I have no idea who this person is. Do you get that?
Very rarely. I think you have more of like a distinct look. For me, when they look at me, I feel like they just go like, I don't know. Maybe, but then it's also like, do they show it to people in the family? But I've had it happen a couple times, and I always...
As long as
I go, hey man,
people watch it.
Where were you? Where were you when I needed you? I get real serious underneath it.
Yeah.
And they go, I'm 13. And I go, where were you? But it's been awesome. I mean, to be on a show like this and then to get recognition for it, because we were like, okay, this is a really cool show, but who knows? There's so many shows, you know, you're lucky if anybody even sees the thing that you do. So to put this much effort into a thing because we loved it, regardless of how it would do, you know, it was a special work experience, and that continues to be so. But then to have people watch it and like it and to connect with it and then to get recognition for the work on top of it is just like, I mean, it's a dream.
Yeah, and I think we're going through something like as a community, like the South Asian community, where we understand that if we don't tell our narratives, they will,
Right.
And we've seen what they have done in doing that. And so people in the industry have that feeling, and people outside of the industry are having a moment too where they're like, yo, we need to support our artists.
True.
Right? So
Yeah.
like they're giving us their eyeballs more so than they would before because they most of them understand the importance of like if we don't sit down and watch this show or read this book or go to the theaters and watch this movie, they're not going to get another chance to make them. And we want to keep seeing people that look like us and talk like us and eat like us and pray like us. We want to keep seeing that representation on screen.
And it resonates differently, you know, when people see something that, you know, if you've been shown a type of you, right, that's not like created by people of the community. And then when you do see something that is, it kind of like, it hits in a different way. And I think people really resonate with that.
Oh, it could be like that.
Yeah.
Like you think back to like that moment of like, who was that actor, who was that character that I truly felt seen in? And I'm curious, who was that for you guys? Because I feel like that's you guys now for a lot of aspiring actors, comedians, and even just, you know.
I had a lot of them. For me in comedy, it was Arj Barker in Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing that show and being like, wow, this is
Dave?
This is a really funny show. And then just seeing a guy, like a Desi guy being really funny, and I go, that's crazy. We can do that? insane. That's so cool. And then, you know, obviously, like you mentioned before, Danny
Pudi, yeah, from
Community. So it's like, I mean, for me specifically, like in the comedy world, you know, Arch Barker, your Cal Penn's, your Danny Pudi's.
Yeah. I mean, even like, you know, when I was, when I started my pursuit.
Your pursuit?
My pursuit. That's what I'm saying from now on. When I started my pursuit, the only people on screen that we would see were Danny Pudi, Mindy Kaling, Aziz Ansari, Ben Kingsley. Who else? That was really it at the time. You know, when I started acting, New Girl hadn't even come out yet. So Hannah Simone came up soon after that, and then Janina Gavankar in The League came up soon after that. These are all after I started like auditioning and acting, and so like it's been cool to see like this one every once in a while someone new pops up, and now we're just like we all know each other.
Isn't it crazy to think that we're going to be someone's reference point?
That is insane. I saw a pitch deck recently that I was in.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, that's wild.
Getting in a pitch deck is a big deal.
I've gotten a pitch deck that I wasn't in and he was in.
Oh, really?
And I was so mad. I was like, this guy again?
And now you've made it.
No,
we
I'm
made
in a pitch deck.
You're in full pursuit, dude.
We're doing it.
Who is not necessarily someone that you look up to, but someone who that you might have referenced in the past that now has come up to you in the show and said, I love this show. This is hilarious. Thank you guys so much for making this. / I need to be a guest star in a future season.
I mean, like, I feel like that was Camille.
That's
Camille. Like Camille's story, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We really wanted him to be on season 1, but like his work schedule was crazy. But I remember when season 1 came out, him and his wife Emily were like big fans of the show. So I think for season 2 they were like. He called and was like, hey, I really want to be on this show. Yeah. Which is such a compliment.
Yeah.
To have someone reach out and be like, hey, I really want to be on this show. And then he was on the show and it was so fun. It was so fun.
It was so great. Yeah. Also, Hassan has reached out.
Yeah.
Hassan Minhaj has reached out. Riz Ahmed has reached out. Oh, we saw him and he was like,
what's up, dude?
How come
and I was like, I don't know, man. You want an Oscar. I don't think your team wants you to be on this show.
I don't think we can afford you. Yeah.
So you and Lucky, I should have known.
Why? Because we're both Pakistani. We all know each other. We've all had sex with each other. That's racist. Although in this case, it is accurate.
Porna said that the set is her home away from home. That every time she's on another set, she wanted to be back on the Deli Boys set. For you guys, does it also feel the same way?
Yeah.
Does it have that
definitely.
Because it's like a special thing, and then to be doing with people that you actually like, and you're also building something that you feel like you have a little bit of a say in as far as like the specificity, like adding in like, hey, what if we say this phrase in Urdu, or like they, you know, the javelin thing. There's like this great javelin thing that he was like, oh, what if my character gets a javelin and it's the one that Arshad Nadeem won a gold medal for Pakistan. Like these are really specific things that I think allow us to get both better into character and also just make it like we have more ownership, and it makes the experience so much more fun because it separates this job from other jobs that could be very fun. But, you know, on another show, we're just like, I'm playing a guy, right? We've all done it, just played a guy.
We have a little bit of ownership here.
Yeah,
you know? And like they, you know, we have a good relationship with Onyx Collective, with 20th, and they are more than happy to hear our thoughts.
That's all you want, really. Just hear us out. Yeah.
Just hear us out. And if it's a good idea, everything is take it or leave it.
100%.
Everything is take it or leave it. And so, like, when they do take it,
awesome.
It's great because, you know, we're not trying to do any of these ideas that we might pitch. They are not specifically for me.
Yeah, they're not self-serving,
him, right? It's for the show, right, and for the culture, right? This Arshad Nadeem, this javelin idea that I pitched. You know, Raj goes on a weapons finding spree, right? And so there was a lot of great weapons in there, but I thought, you know, what would be a great addition is the javelin that Arshad Nadeem, who just won gold medal for the first time in Pakistan after growing up in the slums and using a makeshift javelin, you know, practicing with that for years.
Yeah.
And then going to win gold, in 2024.
Yeah.
Like having that as a weapon for Raj, and I asked the props department to make an exact replica of it.
Yeah.
And
it's
my God,
so good.
they delivered, And so there's no mention of it in the final cut that this is Arshad Nadim's thing.
But if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. And then like my character, when we're chasing after Evan Uncle, I kept trying to take my shoes off. Right? Like, and then the last time where I really messed myself up, it's because I'm like, we go through another house, try taking my shoes off, and I slip and I smash my face on the stairs. But like those little things, anybody else would just be like, why? Just run through
it. Yeah.
But it's like those little tiny things, if you put them in enough spaces, just, make it feel like, oh, this was made by people who
get
are
it.
Like,
Who get it. Yeah.
And that just makes it easier. Also, as a viewer, it just allows you to get into the world a lot easier, rather than it just being like hey, we grazed the Wikipedia page and tried to do our best. Yeah.
That was it, right? But it's like in that specificity where it makes the story also universal.
Yeah.
Because like I wouldn't know this. This is the first time learning about the javelin, but I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to go back and watch now and be like, oh, this is interesting, and I can go back and watch multiple times and learn something new.
Yeah.
Especially based on the more that you guys share, the more that fans dig into those Reddit forums and share and be like, did you see this correlation?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff.
There's so much
in season 1 too.
So much
that,
stuff.
Like
in season
I feel
1.
like people just missed.
Yeah.
Right. They went over people's heads, and that's okay too, because like maybe a year from now they watch it and they'll catch it.
Yeah.
But I love little Easter eggs. I love Easter eggs.
They're the best. I mean, the Marvel background.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
We love an Easter egg.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's also so many new characters this season as well. I'm curious, how did you guys kind of initiate everybody onto the set, given how tight you, Purna, and everybody else is?
Our strategy is just like
Be
open
cool.
arms.
Just be cool. Yeah.
Open arms.
Be
Come
cool.
on. Yeah.
Be welcoming.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah. Be chill.
And also, everybody that came on to set is way more famous than us. So that is true. You don't need to. Yeah, all the crew was just like, yeah, guys, get out of here. Oh my God, it's Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah. But everybody on the show all the guests were super fun. I think it also helped for them to know, like, the vibe from season 1, so they knew that they were coming into like a fun, silly place. But we also try our best to make sure that the set is fun and chill, because that's the type of vibe we want to work in. And then also shout outs to our crew. I mean, our crew is so awesome. They're the best. And
they're
like
so welcoming.
I was a PA for like a lot of years, right?
Yeah.
And since 2015 through like till 2020, I worked as a PA, and then I worked in post production. And I have been talked to really badly.
Mm-hmm.
One time I was told that the printer cost more than me, and which is a crazy thing.
And
to
I've
hear about
apologized,
yourself.
and I've apologized for that.
Yeah, but it wasn't earnest. It wasn't earnest. And so like I always told myself that if I'm ever in that position,
Yeah.
I'm not going to treat people that way.
Yeah, that's and that's like, it's very obvious when he's on set. And then for me, I've been on sets that have just been bummers, where like, we're working on a comedy. Why is everyone
Nobody's having fun.
Why is everyone mad at everyone
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
This is our dream coming true. Why are you guys being so flippant about this experience you spent your whole life trying to get? And I know different jobs are different than other ones, but I'm like, the one thing that every set should be is a place where people feel like they're welcome and that they're relaxed. You shouldn't have to feel like you're on pins and needles during your dream. Then it's like, what's the point of any of this? So it's like, man, if I ever get into a position where I can be in a place where I can maybe influence the vibe, I think both of us had the same sort of mission. It's like, we want vibes to be top tier. Because the hours, when you're compressing this much work into such a short amount of time, the hours are insane.
They really are.
And they're jamming so much into, because of just how things are, you have to shoot so much so quickly. And everybody, especially in comedy, the only way it's going to work is if you're relaxed. So the shorter the time it takes for you to just let your guard down and just be chill and feel safe,
the better and
better
safer
it is.
everybody's going to feel.
Yeah, and also you want to work on a show that people want to work on. Like, you know, you want to be on a show. It's such a like honor for us to like be on a show where the crew is like, I said no to other jobs because
I left
enjoyed
other
it.
jobs.
I left
because
other
I wanted to
jobs.
be on this one.
Because I wanted to be
Yeah.
here because you guys are, you know, the vibe here is so fun and so chill, and you know, and it would extend beyond. Like he had this great idea in season 1 where he loves karaoke, and I was just like a baby in karaoke, and he's like, dude, we gotta do karaoke. And then we were like, what if we invited everyone?
Entire crew.
And we
And
got,
we
and
did.
you got the distro list, which is like the big email that they send to everybody.
And it was a locked
file.
document,
And you
so I
had to-
couldn't copy and paste it, so I
you
had
had
to
to hand
type
type it.
everybody's email address.
And then at the bottom you write, and if anyone we miss, bring your plus ones, bring whoever you want. Kind of like the vibe was almost like, I don't know if you've ever been to like a South Asian wedding, but you can't do this whole, like at modern weddings, they do like, it's just you, do not bring a kid or a plus one,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
you. At Desi weddings, it's like, bring everyone. Bring-
Anybody, yeah.
If you just met someone today, bring them to my wedding. So the karaoke nights were like that, and it was so cool. But then it was also like kind of a bummer because you'd meet people and they're like, oh, I have never even sat with lunch with someone on the cast of a show before.
Yeah, like Lauren, who's our script supervisor.
Yeah, she's
like
like, I've
last
never been
season,
asked.
we had lunch with her, and she's like, "This is the first time actors have ever like."
And we're like, that like breaks your heart. You're like, but you're like a fun, cool person. What are we doing here? So that's like the overarching thing that we were trying to accomplish.
It's just to
it's the vibes.
be egoless on
Yeah.
the set, you know. And this year I did something different too.
You killed someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the run right now. This is my
He's in-
new pursuit.
There's
yeah.
a new person.
No.
Yeah.
I bought like the little lav mics.
Oh,
the
yeah.
wireless ones, and I interviewed 30 crew members, and just like
It was so cool.
tell them what you do.
Yeah.
Because like I want to highlight how important every job on set is, because I've had other jobs on set, and like I know how it can feel to be invisible.
Yeah.
Or like what it feels like to feel invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, we have so much love for the people
They're the best.
on our crew. Like
They're
we
the
could
best.
tell you
So
can
much
line,
about
you can
all of
line up
them.
a random
Yeah.
selection of 15 people, and we could tell you their names and
Yeah.
something about them.
It's
Yeah.
the best. It's such a pleasure to work on the show, regardless of all of the outside things, accolades and all that. It really was just the most fun job to work on. Yeah.
What was the question
I
again?
see why I felt like home.
Yeah.
Asking you just what it was like kind of initiating everyone onto the set. But I was talking about cast, and I love that you guys brought in crew as well. And I was talking to Lily yesterday, and actually she had mentioned how she was like, you know, there was this moment where I gave this really long monologue, and I was feeling a little insecure. And she was like, and then Saagar had said, hey, that was a really good performance. And she was like, oh, wait. Thank you. I can do great. I'm great. And it like upped her confidence even more in that. And I was like, oh, that's so funny that someone just giving you a quick compliment is not normal on a set. And
Which is,
like,
again,
she's
insane.
Lily Singh.
Yeah.
I'm just a little guy.
Just little guys.
Yeah.
We're just little tiny.
We're just little guys.
But yeah, that was the goal. Like we want people to like have a good time, and we want the show to be great. So it's not like, it's just my thing has to be good, and then screw all the rest of you guys.
Nothing
That
on
sucks.
a set should be contentious.
Yeah.
You know,
Even the stunt guys.
yeah.
The best.
Ronnie, I love my stunt
My
guy.
God.
I hope he's my stunt guy for the rest of my career.
Unbelievable. Just, yeah, I mean, it's just we could go on for hours about how amazing our crew is. And yeah, to answer your question though, welcoming people in, and they, I think, could sense how fun the vibe was, that it was not like, oh my God, we're all battling to see who's the best person or whatever. We're not all trying to fight to get a monologue. So I think that kind of eases everyone. And then also, like, we improvised on the show, and the directors were all, sort of open to the idea of letting people roam free, and I think that's why we were able to get such great performances. Yeah.
So, and I think it also sets like that industry standard, right? And as you guys continue to rise in your careers, you set that standard in whatever set that you're on, which then teaches different crew members or different cast members about kind of how to move about in that. So I think that's really awesome. And you guys are both very politically active, socially active as well online, and also publicly, and I just saw something with Javier Bardem where he said, you know, it's become, thankfully, a lot easier to speak out, to speak in support of Gaza, to speak in support of other issues as well. Do you guys feel that shift that's happening versus 2024?
I mean, like, you know, 2024 is when we shot season 1, and I feel like Chicago is so, like, engaged.
It's a union
already.
town.
Yeah. So we would
Activist
see
town,
people.
yeah.
We would see people on the lot wearing keffiyehs, and we'd be like, "That's so cool."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get to see that in LA or
As
New
much,
York,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody in LA and New York are a little more scared. I'm really glad to see the tide turn. I want to see change, you know, and I think the tide isn't turning fast enough, but I'm glad to see the start of it.
And was there ever any hesitancy, like internally, to be like, okay, my career is on the rise, and I know if I speak out, I could lose a job, or I could.
I've never been afraid of that.
No.
I have never been afraid of that.
No.
You know, like I said something. I did like this interview in 2023, right when the strike ended. Mm-hmm. And because we had a movie come out the day after the strike ended, The Marvels.
Yeah.
And I went on this podcast on that day, the day the strike ended, and I was like, I don't want to talk about the movie. I don't want to talk about the movie. I don't care about the movie. It's just a movie, right? Like there's something else happening that's so much more important. And they asked me, like, do you care about losing your job? I was like, I don't give a man. You know, I will find another job. I'll go become a carpenter. I'll do something else. But if I get fired because of like humanity, because of speaking out,
Then what are we doing?
I'm not meant to be here. That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's gotten, you know, it's certainly gotten a lot more contentious to talk about it. There was like that time in the beginning where people were like, "Oh my God!" We're like, I remember I went to like a, you know, ceasefire march thing in downtown, not too far from here, and I had a couple people, I'm not famous, but like 3 people came up to me and they were like, "Hey man, are you worried about it?" And I go, "Come on, like no, I'm not that worried. I'm not worried about it." And you know, if this is what it is, I mean, if this is where my career ends, I've had a great career. It's awesome.
Okay.
It's
We've done
It's
more than we thought they would ever let us do.
Yeah, we've more than exceeded our own expectations at this point. We're all in the bonus. I'll keep doing stand up. He'll become one of the greatest carpenters of all time. Like we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And if that comes at the expense of saying, "Hey, you shouldn't bomb people," then so be it. If that means being pro-union and being pro women's rights and voting and all that, it's like, then fine. That's fine. And you know, obviously we know like our voices are so small, but it's not really about that. It's about you know, because people nitpick and they go, "Oh yeah, but what is that going to do?" And it's like, that's not the point. The point is like, if you get enough people talking about something, then maybe somebody who can do something is hearing that and seeing that.
It'll click to them, you know?
So...
And also, like, if 5 million people, you know, feel this way and are quiet about it, and nothing's going to happen. But if that same 5 million people said something and made a movement, things would change.
Yeah. So obviously talking is one thing, but... you know, it's the least we can do.
I just interviewed Poppy Lou, and they said the same thing. Yeah,
the best.
yeah.
Love Poppies.
Literally the same thing that you guys said of like, if I never work again, that's fine.
Okay.
I want to speak out, and I want to continue in that. And another thing that Poppy said that I wanted to ask you guys about as well was the importance of community and being around like-minded people and people who are down to also share that same sentiment. Has that kind of helped in that sense as well, of just being around other actors, other comedians who are like, oh, I'm in it to create change in whatever way that I can?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, like, there's so many, you know, actors and directors and just people in the zeitgeist that feel the same way we do, you know? Like, there's a genocide happening in Gaza, and Palestinians have been going through this since the 40s, and it's like enough is enough. Now we see that there are people that feel the same way out there and aren't afraid to say anything. It's become a little community that is like growing really fast, and it's starting to feel safer having all these friends out there that if something were to, like, let's use Melissa as an example, right? Melissa Barrera, and she got fired from Scream, and that sucked.
Yeah,
that really, really sucked. Like, that should not have happened. But like, the community has her back, and there are people out there that are producers or directors that also feel the same way. And so now we're just like, okay, if we are being like McCarthy'd out of here, we got to do our own thing. It starts somewhere, and we put our minds together. We might put our money together, whatever it is, and have our own pocket production company or industry or whatever, right? And it starts somewhere, but we can't continue living like this.
I think anything that encourages people to just like be a little bit more interested or curious about what their representatives are doing and how their tax money is being spent and how they're being treated and how their fellow human beings are being treated, I think is a great thing. So if anything we do kind of leads anyone to kind of just go like, oh yeah, why doesn't my workplace allow a union? Or why do we spend so much money on bombs and stuff like that? Cool, I'm all for it. Yeah.
Going into season 2, I'm curious, was there a certain scene or a certain episode that you now look back on and you're like, I'm really proud of myself for my performance in that specific moment?
Wow, it was so fast.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully, season 2 was so fast. There were a lot of standout moments. I think the line that you came up with for Porna to say to Kumail was, like, I think just an iconic move in Urdu representation.
100%. So Porna, Lucky says this line to Danielle, who's Kumail's character, and I pitched this thing in Urdu, and Porna loved it so much that she used it, and it made the final cut, which I'm so happy. And the line is, "Akal dekh ke chod diya." No, "Shakal dekh ke chod diya, akal dekh ke chhod diya," which means, I saw your face, and I f***ed you, and then I saw your mind, and I left you.
I was like, man, that's a T-shirt.
Yeah, and Porna was like,
it blew her mind.
Saagar Shakespeare.
Yeah, that was really, really fun.
I really liked our dream sequence fight scene.
Yes, which was a throwback to like Bollywood-esque fight scenes from like the 90s, 80s, or 90s.
I really wish in that moment they took advantage of the camera angles.
Yeah.
That would have been like such a good moment to do that.
But it was so cool to just like see them really connecting and having those points of those reference points of like, hey, let's do a shout out to that, or let's do a shout out to this or that. Smaller also moments, really resonated with me. Like, we had this moment where we're like at someone's house, and we're trying to figure out if they're like in on the crime or not. And the reference point that makes us kind of go like, I think he's lying to us, is just like a simple back and forth over whether I want chai or not.
Yeah.
And
the
it's so
fact
subtle.
The fact that he didn't ask you a second time.
Yeah, was like enough to get my wheels turning to be like, no, that's sus. Because normally, they would ask and back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. They really like fight you on it.
No,
in South Asian households.
No, take it.
Yeah, it's a full fight and they take it personally. So for this character to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, was just like, because I've had that.
It's called takalluf.
Where I've had that, where I've gone to people's houses and they would literally fight you. And you could literally tell them, I just came from a dinner.
I'm full.
And you said on the phone, just come over. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
And now you're offering me a full plate of biryani and then 3 cups of chai. I physically can't do this. But they would rather have you throw up because they'd be like, He probably liked it.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
this
it was good.
these two scenes that happened back to back that I really, really, really loved doing.
Yeah.
It was the Baba scene that I
The
wrote. I
flashback?
wrote that scene.
So fun, yeah.
The apparition, right?
Oh, yeah, in
I
the
wrote
car,
that
yeah.
scene, yeah. And they didn't use the whole thing that we shot, which is such a bummer because I felt like that was such a beautiful moment
Yeah.
between Raj and Baba.
Yeah.
This is when I was in the car. Yeah. And then I get out and then it's the Raj and Ahmed uncle scene.
Such a cool back-to-back, yeah.
Yeah. And I loved that back-to-back moment
Yeah.
where there's like this vulnerable. They're both vulnerable moments, but in different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them is like hurt, and the other one is like hurt through sadness, and the other one is hurt through anger, right?
Yeah, it was almost like in the thing with you and Baba, you were angry, and he was trying to like make you soft.
Yeah.
And then when you were talking to Emma's uncle, he was he was angry too,
Yeah,
and you were
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to like compel him to be like, "Where's your humanity?" type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So it was like really cool to see that back to back. But there's so many really fun moments. Also, like for me, both of our families are from Hyderabad, and I lived in Chicago, and all my cousins lived there. So I was always just like, let's shoot on Devantu, which is like the little India. I was like, let's shoot on Devantu. And then so we were able during like our baller montage to have a shot where we're having chai at Hyderabad House, which is the best chai in Chicago.
Yeah,
And
but the crazy thing about
yeah.
Hyderabad House is like there's two Hyderabad's.
yeah,
He's from Hyderabad, India, and I'm from Hyderabad, Pakistan.
yeah.
And this place is
Isn't that
called-
crazy? We didn't even know that.
Yeah. And this place is called Hyderabad House.
It's called Hyderabad House, and you go in there and you look, and it's like, they're about their business because you look through that door. There's always a door open, like
Just
by the
cracked-
kitchen,
just cracked a little
and
bit.
there's just like a man in his 60s, just like there's just a
cauldron
of chai.
Yeah.
And he's just like sweating, and you can tell he's just been doing this he's been doing this motion for the past 40 years.
Yeah, like his right arm is
Yes,
ripped. Yeah.
yeah. He sleeps on the opposite side.
By the way,
because
speaking
it's-
of this, I learned something yesterday. I'm going to try it on with you right now.
Yeah.
So, rotate your right leg. This is so off.
This is
track.
off topic. Yeah. Okay.
Rotate your right leg,
Uh-huh.
right, like clockwise.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Do it for a second,
Okay.
and then put your finger up.
Uh huh.
All right, and now draw a 6 with your finger. You can't do it anymore.
Oh, whoa!
That's crazy, right?
What the hell?
How many times did you try to do it?
That was my 6th time trying.
Where did you even
and
learn that?
I was just sitting on the couch yesterday.
Your algorithm is nuts, dude. Your algorithm's crazy.
My wife was like, "Oh wait, we're watching the last episode of Beef."
Yeah.
She said, well, "Can you pause it really quickly?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" She's like, "Rotate your leg." And I'm like, "What is this? What is this?"
This is the joy of being married that I hope to have one day.
You'll get there.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
Fun little mind games. Yeah.
A little inspo, Put your vision board together.
Yeah.
Just have Saagar on there.
Yeah, it's just Saagar.
Just
And
do
the number
like,
6.
You know, like in the Truman Show where he like cuts up magazines to like to make his perfect girl?
perfect person.
You just
yeah.
gotta do one of those
Okay, deal.
There you go.
and then find her.
That'll
Yeah.
happen.